and welcome to my second Focallure review. I know in the first review I mentioned that I'll only be doing 3 reviews, but as I was writing this review on the Focallure face products, I realized it's getting longer and longer. So I'll be separating the face product review into 2, and this will be the one on the base face products. For the highlighters, blushes, and so on, I'll review it in another video, and I promise I'll link it above and below once it's out. So I got a total of 5 Focallure base products. I got the Perfect Face Matte Primer, the Skin Evolution Liquid Foundation, the Full Coverage Liquid Concealer, and a Full Coverage Cream Concealer, and the Big Cover Liquid Concealer. Now, Focallure is perpetually on sale, so the prices really change a lot. So I'll only tell you the prices I paid when I got these. These products are definitely really cheap. The Perfect Face Matte Primer is the most expensive at $10.59. So it is more expensive than the rest, but you know, still very affordable. The Skin Evolution Liquid Foundation is only $8.50. The Full Coverage Liquid Concealer and the Cream Concealer are both $6.99. And the Big Cover Liquid Concealer is $6.59. So yes, these products are really cheap, but do they work? So in this review, I'll be applying the products while I review them so you can see them in action. And before I start, I'll review the Perfect Face Matte Primer because I will not be using this product. Why? Because I freaking hate it. I hate it so much. I've used this for 3 days in a row and I just hated every moment of it. First, it feels really gross. It just feels like you're slathering cooking grease all over your face. It's just so greasy and sticky and it just feels disgusting. And after I'm done applying these with my fingers, I will wipe my fingers on tissue and there's still this gross filmy residue left on my fingers that just feels like I have some oily film over it. It's so gross that I have to wash my hands with soap to get rid of that feeling. Okay, so far that's just maybe a personal thing. That feeling makes my skin crawl, but maybe not everybody is that turned off by it. So does it work though? Is it worth all the grossness? And no, it does not freaking work at all. When I tried it, it doesn't feel like it did anything to my skin. My face still gets really greasy. It's not mattifying at all. But I thought, okay, maybe it's just me. I hate the feeling so much, so I became really biased. So I did an experiment where I used this on half my face and Emina's Pore Ranger on the other half of my face. I did a review on the Emina Pore Ranger before. I'll link the video above and below. And that product is as good as the Benefit Porefessional. I chose to use that because the Emina Pore Ranger is similar in price to this. It is a local Indonesian product, but you know, it's very cheap. It's about 60,000 rupiah, which is around $6-7, so it is cheaper than this. And it's just as good as the Benefit Porefessional. So anyway, after 3 hours, this is the side with Emina's Pore Ranger. Yeah, I know my face is really oily. That's because I did an experiment where I wore makeup for 24/7 for 7 days in a row and my face has been getting greasier than usual. I'll link the video of the experiment above and below. Anyway, check out the side with Focallure. Yeah, my makeup is already dribbling off. It's really gross. So this is not as effective as a cheaper product and it feels really disgusting going on. So why must I torture myself applying this again? Because by now it's straight up masochism. So yeah, I will not be using this in this review. Okay, so right now I am breaking out. So I'll be applying my foundation first before concealer because even though it looks less natural, it's much faster and easier than concealing everything individually first. And while I'm breaking out, I like applying my foundation with a stippling brush because a brush helps me build up the coverage to a point I want. So that's how I'll be applying my foundation right now. Oh, by the way, check out my cute Rilakkuma mirror. Isn't it so cute? Though, kind of morbid, but you know, when you want to turn it into a stand, you kind of fold it this way and it kind of looks like you're breaking its neck. It's kind of creepy. Anyway, cute mirror. So I'm applying it in a pathing motion all over my face.
Only
in the areas where I'm breaking out, the areas where it's clean like this, I leave it alone. Now that I'm done applying it all over my face, I'm going to pat it down with a damp beauty blender. This is to even out all the brush strokes. Okay, before I show you the concealers on my face, let me show you swatches of all the products on my arm. I did these swatches over eyeliner so you can see the coverage each product provides. And this is the first layer. At first glance, it looks like the full coverage cream concealer offers the most coverage, but let me show you how it looks like built up. So I'm adding a second layer of each product and they're all pretty buildable, except the cream concealer. I'm not sure if it's really picking it up on camera, but as I apply it, I am messing up the layer at the bottom, and the only way I could build the coverage is just to keep caking on more products. While in the arm swatches, it looks nice. In real life, it becomes very greasy and cakey, and it's definitely not doable in real life. Let me show you another arm swatch to show the concealers in action. So this is another eyeliner drawing I made. And my favorite concealer is the full coverage liquid concealer because while it is the lightest in texture, it's also the most buildable, and the coverage can be built up to a really intense full coverage. I really like this product, and it's very easy to blend out too. The Big Cover liquid concealer is also really good, but the coverage definitely does not get as opaque as the full coverage liquid concealer, even though it is still pretty buildable. My least favorite is definitely the full coverage cream concealer because it's not very buildable unlike the other two, and as I mentioned before, it does become very thick and cakey. It's also harder to blend out, so yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of this concealer. Because in real life, when you're applying concealer, you may have to add an additional product on top, like blush or highlighter, and just that extra layer will definitely ruin the concealer cake you've built up. And it just looks really greasy and cakey. As you smile and move your face, it's definitely going to crack and crease, and it's not gonna look that good. Now, let me show you the concealers in action on my face. So for my delicate under eye area, since my under eyes crease whenever I smile, I like using the lightest concealer, which is the full coverage liquid concealer. It's so light that I don't have a creasing problem with this. At the same time, check out how much coverage just one layer provides. Isn't it freaking amazing? Now let me show you the full coverage cream concealer in action on my face. So I have these ugly scars at the side of my face, and I'm applying the cream concealer first with a brush, and then with a concealer brush I'm blending it out. So far it looks good, it's really thick, and yes, I'm aware the shade is much lighter than my skin tone. I made a mistake. It looked like my shade online, but turns out it's not. So far caked on, it looks good. But once I try to put something over it, like foundation, to even out the color, the coverage starts moving and it doesn't look as covered as before. Let me show you the Big Cover liquid concealer in action. So again, I'm dabbing it out with a concealer brush. And now I'm evening it out with foundation. As you can see, the coverage doesn't move that much. Let me add another layer to even it out. And there you have it. You know, the coverage is really good, it's pretty hidden. Now, let me show you what happens when I try to build up the cream concealer. As you can see, the coverage isn't really improving and my face is getting really cakey. I don't know if the camera picks it up because I feel like you can get away with thicker makeup on camera, but in real life, it's looking very cakey, and that's not a look I like because I'm trying to do a very dewy, natural looking finish with this. Usually I just give up on trying to build up coverage with the cream concealer. So instead I used the full coverage liquid concealer over it to build up the coverage to the way I want it. And yes, I know it's looking really thick right now, but I swear it's not the liquid concealer's fault. Let me show you the liquid concealer in action. This is really my favorite concealer out of the lot. You just need one dab and just blend it out, and look at it, it's like a dream. I can easily build up the coverage. It stays put even when I put foundation over it. It looks really great. And here's my full face with all the concealers done. So yeah, I really like the Focallure foundation and concealers because it does give me this very dewy finish. When I go out with this makeup, everybody just tells me my skin is looking really good because it just looks so thin and natural. So I have to say, performance-wise, it's pretty good. Except for the cream concealer, I'm not a fan. Some people may argue, you know, you can always bake it. So add more powder, wait for it to set, then after that apply your foundation, and maybe it won't move so much. But for me, you know, that method, you won't get this dewy sort of finish. And if the other concealers can achieve the same result without the needing to bake and still keeping the coverage dewy, why bother with the cream concealer? I'd rather go with the other two instead. Though, still my favorite is the liquid concealer. Now, let me show you how it looks like when I apply other face products like blush and highlighter over this. Okay, for your viewing pleasure, I'll first use a lip product. I'm gonna use Emina's Magic Potion Lip Tint. This color is Smitten. I do have a review of it, but I believe it's only in Indonesian. I'll link it above and below anyway. And let me apply this all over my lips. So for blush, I'm using a cream blush. This is Beyond's Alice in Wonderland collaboration. Then this shade is number 3. Yeah, I really like the Alice in Wonderland packaging, and I bought it just for the packaging. I'm a sucker for packaging, but it is a really good blush. Whoa, it's way too bright. Oh my god. I'll blend it out later. Whew. This thing is bright, way brighter than I thought. Oops. So to make it more natural, I'm putting it on my nose. I'm getting it all the way up my forehead. So as you can see, my coverage isn't moving even when I'm applying a cream blush over it. And my foundation is taking on a blush very well. For highlighter, I'm using NYX's Liquid Illuminator in Sunbeam. And there you have it! Check out how glowy my face looks! So now you can see the product performs really well as makeup, but now let's get on to the more serious stuff. Ingredients and safety. So I checked out the ingredients and they all look pretty okay. They do contain mineral oils, and I know some people like to avoid them because for some people mineral oils are more likely to break them out. So I understand that. But the thing is, I cannot trust the Focallure's ingredient list. As I mentioned in my previous review, I spotted a lot of mistakes and omissions, and that's why I just feel like I can't trust whatever Focallure puts in the ingredient list. If you'd like to see the more in-depth review, I can link the video above and below. But the bottom line is, I feel I really don't trust the ingredients here. I have been using these products for a week, and so far I haven't broken out or anything, and my skin seems fine with them. But of course, using these products do come with a risk, especially because you can't trust what's inside the ingredient list. So if you want to use it, please proceed with caution. It is a cheap product, and makeup performance wise, it seems good. So I guess I really want to recommend these products, except for the full coverage cream concealer. I'd really like to recommend these products, but you know, just over the ingredient issues, I'm a bit hesitant about recommending these wholeheartedly. So I will recommend it with caution.
Okay, so 2 days after recording this and 1 day into editing, I started noticing that I have a lot of bumps and in places where I've never broken out before. This is definitely not normal for my skin, so I know that something new is causing me to break out. And the only new thing I've introduced to my skin are these Focallure products. I always space out my skincare experiments and makeup experiments, so I know it's not my previous 24-hour makeup experiment. I'll link the video above and below because that was over 2 weeks since I started breaking out. My skin looked way calmer in the morning after I took the makeup off, and it's been much calmer since I've stopped using all these Focallure products. I'm also familiar enough with my face to know that these tiny bumps are usually product related or because of a dirty pillow or sweating too much, not dietary changes. Another reason I suspect the Focallure products are to blame is that when I tried washing my brushes, I can't clean it properly. Normally, for my cheaper brushes, I just use my antibacterial hand soap to wash them and I get a clean wash the first time. For the brushes I use with the Focallure products though, I can't get the brushes clean even after 3 to 4 washes. In desperation, I even tried using my oil cleanser and even that didn't work. Even my trusty Bare Minerals brush cleaner isn't working. The only thing that could clean my brush is a Daiso Puff Sponge Cleaner, and I suspect that works because it's harsher than regular hand soap or brush cleansing soaps, since sponges are hardy and can take harsher cleaning. My face definitely can't handle that kind of harsh cleaning, so no wonder my pores got clogged. This product sticks around forever. So, nope, I can't recommend them at all.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching the entire thing. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions that I haven't addressed in this video, just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you turn on notifications if you want to know when my other Focallure reviews are out. And I'll see you next time. See you. Bye.